So the last topic it is CSV file. And in that merging and concatenation, one option is the different option is the, we can discuss after this CSV file, we can discuss that concatenation options and merging options. Okay. That is ignore index case. It is already there in the textbook. So what is CSV file? CSV file means for representing tabular value, we are using CSV file, that is comma separated value. Just learn this term. It is comma separated value, CSV file, comma separated value, and the extension of CSV file, it is .csv. .csv is the extension of CSV file. Just like text file, our extension it is .txt, just like that. In the case of CSV file, the extension it is .csv. Okay. Then this is the another point you want to notice, that is in the case of tabular data representation, we are using this comma separated file. Okay. So our data is just like that, just like this, that is INO comma, INAME comma, price comma, just like that. Okay. Our data is in Excel sheet format, just like Excel sheet, and we can convert that Excel sheet data, that is tabular data, into this normal representation, that is just like a Word document, separated by each column is separated by comma. Okay. We can store CSV file either in Notepad or in Excel. Last topic we'll discuss that how we can create a file, CSV file. So here, how we can read the data. So one can open the CSV file either in Notepad or in Excel. Okay, we can open after creating a CSV file, we can open that file either using Notepad or using Excel. Okay. And how we can transferring data from CSV file to data frame. Before that, how we can create a data frame, a CSV file. Okay. So first we want to create a CSV file. Okay. How we can create a CSV file? First write the statement import pandas as PD. And just like our normal data frame creation, create a data frame using dictionary S. Okay. Using dictionary S, I'm creating a data frame. All of you switch on the video, children. Okay. So S is equal to Ajay, some value, Rohan, some value. And I'm creating DF1 using this S. And its column heading, it is Ajay and Rohan. Then df1 dot to CV. To CV is the statement to serve that file in CSV format. Then in this to CV, df1 dot to CV means I'm converting this data frame into CSV file. So for that, I'm using the keyword to CSV. And within bracket, you write the location for storing this CSV file. If you want to store this to.csv file in C drive, just write C:/ write the name. Or if you want to store that file in E:/ new folder, then stud.csv, then write like this. Write the location here where you want to store this CSV file. That is this location. So first I create one data frame using dictionary. You can create any data frame, that is data frame using anything, that is using list or using dictionary or anything. You can create a data. First you want to create one data frame. After that I want to convert that data frame into CSV file. For that I am using the statement to CSV and write the path where we want to store that CSV file. That is this one, // Okay. Then df1 is equal to pd.read_csv. Read CSV is used for reading the content from the CSV file. Okay, so this is the statement to create a CSV file. So first we create one CSV file. Okay, so after that,
Now,
okay, Vidur.
can you say that seconds after df1 is equal to p, that statement, after that statement? Can you please
Which
read?
one?
No, ma'am, before that.
This one.
Yes, ma'am. Can you read
Okay,
it?
okay. df1.to_csv within bracket, write the location. df1.to to_csv within bracket, give the location. So here this df1 is converted to CSV file. Okay, the rest of this we will discuss later. Is it clear, Vidur?
Yes, ma'am.
So first we create one CSV file. Okay, or we can convert that, just write the content in one Excel sheet and just serve that Excel sheet in the form of .csv file. That is also possible. Okay, so here transferring data from CSV file to data frame. How we can transferring data from CSV file to data frame? For that, the statement used it. That is, if you want to read the data from the CSV file, the statement used it is read CSV. In CSV file, all the operations include this underscore, to_CSV, read_CSV. Okay, it is not hyphen, it is underscore. Okay, so here df is equal to pd dot, which is not dot, pd dot read_csv and give the location. Here in CSV file we need the location. It is very important where we store that CSV file, that is the location. Here in the previous case we are storing that data in stud.csv. So if you want to read the content from this location, write this location here. Instead of this location, write this one. Then we can read the content from stud.csv. Okay, so import pandas as pd. df is equal to pd.read_csv within bracket, give the location. So here read_csv to read CSV file, and this is the path with file name. Okay. Then you will get a data like this. The next it is transferring data. It is now, is it clear, children? So first one, it is reading from CSV file to data frame. For reading CSV file, we use read_CSV file name. And the next one, it is not this one. It's not in your syllabus. Here reading CSV file without header. Without header. That is, in normal case, we are using, that is in this example, this header is there. This is the header. So if we read like this, pd.read_csv, and I will give some location and print df, then the output will display like this. INO is the first heading, INAME is the second heading, price, quantity are the other two headings. And if we don't want this heading, I want to place this heading as one row, then what is the statement. Okay, is it clear? This is the heading. I don't want this heading. I want to treat this heading as one row. So which statement is used? That is without header. Okay, without header. Without header means at the time of reading that data, give option like header equal to none. Okay, df2 is equal to pd dot pd.read underscore CSV. First give the location, comma, header equal to none. If we give header equal to none, this header value is used as the first row. Okay. And the column heading is the default heading. That is 0, 1, 2, 3. So for that, it is known as without header, CSV file without header. In this, after location, give the option like header equal to none. If header equal to none, the header, that is column values, are treated as first row value. Okay, so 0th row means it is the column heading. Is it clear, Hannah?
Yes,
All of you switch on the video, children. Okay, so the explanation is here itself. But with header equal to none option, our data frame stores the header information as the first row. Okay, header information as the first row. Then reading CSV file without index, where we specify any column as the index. Okay, so without index, that is the next heading. It is without index. So here, in that case, we are using this index underscore call equal to 0. So here this same just like this one, that is header equal to none. If I'm using index underscore calls equal to 0, then this index value, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 5 is removed, and it will just start with this INO value. For that, I'm using the statement index underscore call equal to 0. Here already the index row names are there. If I want to read the CSV file without index, index means what? Index means row. Without index, I want to read the CSV file. Then which is the option? Index underscore call equal to 0. Then it will remove this row name and it will start with first column value. So it will display like this. All of you switch on the video, children. Okay. Then if you want to set column heading as another column, that is index call equal to 1. Here index call equal to 0 means the default column row heading is replaced with first column heading. First column value. If you want to set this I name as row heading, index underscore call equal to 1. Okay, here if I am giving index underscore call equal to 0, then it will remove the default row names and replace that row name with first column value. That is 0th column value. If I want to set that row names with first column value, give index underscore call equal to 1. Then it will replace this first column means 0, 1. It is I name. I name is in the row name position. Okay. Once again, I will explain. If I am using index underscore calls equal to 0, already one index value is there. This is the index value 0 to 5. This is the row names. If I want to replace this row name with any of this column, you just give index underscore call equal to that particular column number. If I want to set this 0th column as row name, give index underscore call equal to 0. If you want to give I name as row heading or row name, give index underscore call as 1. Okay. If you want to give this price as row name, give index underscore call equal to 2. Okay. Is it clear, children? Irfan, is it clear? Irfan? Reading CSV files with new column name. How we can use new column name for that? So the concept is same for this part is common for all the statements. If we are using header, without header, or with column heading, without column heading, for all that purposes, this portion is same. But some parameter is there. So you want to learn these parameters. Skip rows, reading CSV files with new column. For that, the extra terms you want, it is skip rows equal to 1, names equal to new.
Ma'am,
Okay.
if you are doing this program in computer,
Hmm.
that file name we have to type or we have to copy paste.
File name means this item.csv.
That D in quotes, yeah, item.csv.
This one. You can copy paste or you can just type it. If you know the location correctly, then you can type that is d:/ item.csv. You can just type it or copy paste that particular location of that file. Okay. So here reading CSV file with new column heading. So here skip rows equal to 1 and names equal to new. What is the use of that skip rows? Anyone? What is skip rows? So take page number 60. Page number 60. And heading it is reading CSV file with new column name. You can rename the columns while reading the .csv file. If the header exists, you have to skip it using skip rows option. Okay. Underline that sentence along with names option for renaming the column. So if I'm giving skip rows equal to 1, it will omit the default column name. That is that 0th column name, that is default column name, it will omit and it will give a new name which is new. Okay. That is, a second. Here, new, it is item number, item name, PR, and quantity. So, names is replaced with new, means the content of new, it is item number, item name, PR, and quantity. Okay, so if default row name, column name is there, that is default row name, column name means 0, 1, 2, 3, column heading is there, it will skip that headings and it will give a new name based on this variable name new. This variable name new includes some new values, that is item number, item name, PR, and quantity. So it will give that new values to this columns. Okay. Then another example it is, here skip rows equal to 3. Here skip row value it is 3. So the from that we use only 3 rows and all the other rows are skipped. That is from 3 onwards. That is third row onwards. We'll just skip that value. Oh, 1 second. Here it is skip row is equal to 1. Here skip row is equal to 3 and will give a new value, that is in the content of that new, it is the same content, that is item number, item name, PR, and quantity. Here skip row is equal to 1. So it will display all the values, and if it is skip row is equal to 3, it will skip that particular rows. And next one, it is reading CSV files with specific column. So along with this location, use use calls. Use calls equal to iname comma quantity. So if you want to read means display from that, that is from that Excel sheet or from that CSV file, display some column, that is reading. Okay, read that column from that CSV file and display that content, that is reading. Okay, so if you want to display CSV files with specific column, we have 5 columns. From that 5 column, I want to display only iname and quantity. Then the statement is use calls equal to iname comma quantity. Then from that CSV file, I need only iname. Then write use calls equal to iname within square bracket. So within a list, give the names. So it is reading with specific columns. So you want to learn this extra parameters needed for this reading option. Okay. The next it is updating or modifying contents in a CSV file. If you want to update some values in a CSV file, give values like this. Write that program, import pandas as PD, df is equal to pd.read CSV. And the parameter used for updation, it is na underscore values. In our CSV operations, almost all the functions use that underscore. Okay, it is not hyphen, it is underscore. updating or modifying contents in a CSV file. And another statement for writing also, we are using this to CSV. That is, we already discussed this to CSV. That is, if you want to convert it, okay, here it is capital DF. Here also I'm using this DF. DF is the variable name for data frame. Okay. So in the case of CSV file, for reading, we use read underscore CSV. For writing or for converting, writing means the same way that is data frame is converted to CSV file. At that purpose also, we are using the same to underscore CSV file. To underscore CSV means for writing to a CSV file, if it is data frame or any, if it is series. So if series is not commonly used because data frame is the tabular representation. 2D representation is data frame. So we use this data frame for the CSV file representation. So for writing content to a CSV file, the statement used it is to CSV. And to CSV, write the location. So today itself, you do one program, that is do this one, this program. We can use this program as lab program also. So I already gave some programs related with a lab program, that is series based questions and data frame based questions. So do all that program and save that program in a Word format. Okay. So here do this one also as lab program, that is saving data frame as CSV file. First, you want to create one dictionary. After that, you want to create one data frame using this dictionary. And after that, create the CSV. You take from your system, you take any of this drive. You can use C drive or E drive, any one. There is no need of another further folder for storing the CSV file. It is difficult to find that file from that drive. So you directly give this location, /stud.csv. Here you can give any name. Instead of stud, you can give your name or any name instead of that stud. Okay. So df1.to_csv. Then after executing this statement, the stud.csv is created. Then after running the program, you just check that location. That is, you go to that E drive and check if that particular file is there or not. After executing this program, one Excel file is there in that E location. Okay. So df1.to_csv. Then after that, df1 is equal to pd.readcsv. First, I create one data frame, and after that, I convert that data frame into CSV file. So it will display just like a tabular comma separated value. That is, if I'm using Ajay, it is 23, Ajay, 23, 24, 25, just like that in df1. Okay. Here, first I create a data frame that is in 2D format. And after that, in this statement, I just convert that data frame into CSV, that is comma separated file. Okay. Then if you want to again, I am reading that CSV file and store that CSV file in df1. df1 is another variable name. Okay. So after converting this data frame into CSV file, this is a statement to convert data frame into CSV. And after that, I'm reading some data from that CSV. These are the data included in that CSV file. So we can read that data from the CSV file. So I just use that read_CSV statement to read the data from that CSV file. Okay. Then if you want to copy the content, this is the statement to read the content. After that, you can just print df1. Okay. If you just print df1, you can display the content of that CSV file. And this is the another statement. This also you can use. This is the statement to serve the copy of that file. Okay, use this statement also, and you just place a hash symbol for this statement. Then you can identify what happened if a particular statement with columns equal to id comma name. When we execute this statement, what will happen in the output window? Or if I'm using index calls equal to 0, what will happen? Okay, so just type all this statement and place a hash symbol here. Then you can check what is the output. And remove this hash symbol and again run the program, save the program. After each change, you just save the program and run the program. Okay, then only you will get the correct output. Without saving, it will show the previous output. Okay, so df1 is equal to pd.read csv. Index calls equal to, so if you use this statement, that is calls equal to id comma name, it will display like this, unnamed colon 0. This is the output display. Okay, so when we, after converting CSV file, data frame into CSV, and if we want to display some contents from that CSV, the output will display like this. It will start with unnamed equal to unnamed colon 0 till output will display like this. If you want to remove this unnamed equal to 0, use index underscore calls equal to 0. Index underscore calls equal to 0. So today, after typing this program, just send the image to me. Okay. After executing, if there is any doubt related with, or if any error related with this program, you just give that screenshot to my number, or you just call me related with, we can discuss that error and we can clarify it. Okay. So do this program in your system today itself. Okay. So here, index underscore calls equal to 0. If we use index underscore calls equal to 0 in read underscore CSV file, then we can remove this portion and it will display just like our normal data frame. Okay. So after reading the data from CSV file, we are storing that data in df1. And if we print df1, the output will display like this. But I don't want this unnamed colon 0. For that purpose, what is the statement? Which is the statement? It is index underscore calls equal to 0. Okay, index underscore calls equal to 0. Then we can avoid this unnamed colon 0. For that, use the attribute index underscore call equal to 0. Okay. Okay. These are the topics related with CSV file. And in the case of merge, just take that merge page, page number 153. 53. It is 54. Two options are there, that is left on equal to roll number and right on equal to roll number. In that example, you just check that example. Second last line in that example, example 46. Example 46, it is along with this merge function, you can use two more parameters. It is left on and right on. Okay. Underline that line. df5 is equal to pd.merge df3 comma df4 comma left on equal to roll number, right on equal to roll number. Then below that example, the explanation is there. You underline that one also. That is in the above program, the columns on which the data frames are to be merged have different names. In such a case of merging, the argument left on is to be specified for the left data frame and write on for the right data frame name and hence the output. Okay, so if the checking is based not with the same names, we are checking, the merging is based on common column name. That is a common way. But if it is if there is no common headings, then you can use this left on and right on. Okay, and in the case of merge also, take that page number 52. Page number 52. Example 43. That is one parameter attribute is there, that is ignore index equal to true. If you want to ignore after concatenation, if you want to ignore that index, use that ignore underscore index equal to true. Then it will remove the index. Ignore underscore index equal to true. That is one of the option related with concatenation. And one more option is there in that 44. Example 44, x is equal to 1. That we already discussed. X is equal to 1 means column based concatenation. That is, after first and second column of df1, the columns of second data frame will display. For that purpose, we are using x is equal to 1. That is column concatenation, means after the first two column, this is roll number is the df1's first column, this df1's column. Then df2, the column name is roll number 1. So if we are giving and at the time of concatenation, if I am giving x is equal to 1 means after df1 column, it will appear df2 column, just like that. Concatenation is based on column, that is first column, then second column. If it is 0, it will display like after all the rows of df1, it will display column rows of df2. Okay, you just check that example, x is equal to 1. Example, that is roll number name of df1, after that roll number name of df2. Okay, so these are the main topics related with this chapter. So many points are there to remember in this chapter, so learn this chapter thoroughly. Okay, so Monday we have a test based on this chapter, and we can discuss that data visualization chapter also. Okay. So complete chapter is not included. I just include the last topic. Okay. The balance topic from that first chapter. Is it okay, children? What happened? Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All of you switch on the video, children. So at the time of studies, you just keep or write some MCQs based on this, based on your topics. Okay. So when you learn the first page of that chapter, take a paper and write some MCQ questions based on that. Prepare some MCQ questions based on that topic. So it is very easy for you to handle the exam very easily. Okay. And Joe. Okay. Abdul Krishna absent. Basil. Anna. Pavitra absent. Sharath absent. Adi absent. Donna absent. Evelyn absent. Lydia. Meenakshi absent. Navin. Anthony. Okay. Vitur. Amal K. Satya absent. Ashish. Raina absent. Sana. Okay. Bye, children. Prepare well for the exam. Okay. Monday, last topics based on first chapter. That is CSV file and balance topic from data frame. Okay. Starting from that append. Okay. Bye, children.